I have my swimming suit on. Woo, let's get those girls tucked back in. Excuse me. I have to film this. We just got done filming our live. It is March the 2nd, Sunday. Excuse me, I'm a little gassy because I stayed in for like almost 25 friggin' minutes. I'm sorry, when I was driving here, the phone for whatever reason just cut off as I was getting ready to tell you something and I already forgot. As I was leaving the river, my friend Sarah was on the beach and I did not even realize because I was so immersed in our conversation and paying attention to talking to all those who had joined my live. So thank you for that, but I didn't notice that the lady on the beach was my friend Sarah that I had made. And just getting to run into her and seeing her right now freaking made my day. Like, holy schmoly, I'm a frozen solid popsicle right now. But I'm so incredibly appreciative and grateful for this day. Like, getting to spend my morning with you all and me seeing Sarah there, like, I just feel so, like, honestly, I feel so emotional, like I want to cry. You just cannot even begin to understand what this time of my life is like for me and what it means to, like, have all this support from all these people and to just make these types of connections and meaningful relationships with people. Like, it truly means the world to me. Like, we were all in lockdown together at that time a few years ago. I don't want to say the words. And I had just moved to this town. I didn't know anybody. And then we go into lockdown. And I was just getting ready at that time to join, like, a mother's group or whatever I could join at the time. And I couldn't because we went into lockdown. So, obviously, it made meeting people impossible. And until my kids went to school, started going to school, I didn't know anybody in this town. Excuse me, I'm just trying to get my bearings here, trying to get myself composed because obviously I stayed in the river too long again. I admit it, okay? And I still have my scuba socks on because by the time I got to my car after chatting with Sarah, like, I was ready to just get the hell out of Dodge. Like, I don't even care, leave them on. I'll take them off in the shower type shit. But my whole point is I moved to this town 6 hours away from my family and the people that I knew to a town where I knew nobody. And I have hit the ground running. After we came out of lockdown, my life was, and my attitude was just so much different because, 3, 2, 1. You know, the first couple years of my children, my twins' life, I wanted to keep them safe and protected. I didn't want them to be around a bunch of people, 3, 3, 3. And so I did not mind lockdown. In fact, in some ways, I feel like I flourished because I got to spend all that time uninterrupted with my babies, which for me was the most important thing for me to do. Like, I did not wait at that point in my life that long to become a mother just so that somebody else could take care of my kids or so that they could go to daycare or whatever it was. Excuse me. My kids, I have been so fortunate enough to be able to be a present figure in my kids' life every day of their life. They've never gone to daycare. They've never gone to babysitting. They've always been with me, and I've always been able to be a part of their life. And I've had jobs in between, of course, but nothing that's taken me away from my kids for any, you know, long period. Well, there was a few, well, never mind. Anyways, I mean, I've worked, of course, but I'm just saying, like, the majority of my time is been able to be spent with my boys. And I'm incredibly grateful for that, especially in these times where most families the mother has to work or chooses to work, whatever that is. I choose to get to be a mother and be a part of my kids' life. But also, as I was telling Sarah, I'm still a person too. I am a mom, but that's only one part of me. There's still more to me. I still have to interact with the world. I still have to be a present figure to not only my kids, but to all those who come in contact with me. Long story short, my point is this. What is my point? What is my point? I just feel so much emotion and gratitude right now as my boobs are hanging out. I'm sorry if that's distracting. I started to get really emotional. I had to stop myself. Nobody makes me cry my own tears. I can't even imagine that this is my life right now. Like, this is beyond anything that I could have really imagined, even for myself. The transition of my life these past 3 seasons has been profound. And I don't know, I guess I never imagined it would be what it is. I never imagined. I started this whole thing in my life, well, really what it started from. I'll have to tell you one time. I'll have to tell you sometime. I don't want to talk about it right now because it's a very emotional experience. But there's always something at the bottom of things that get the ball rolling, that start things like these adventures. And even what started this 100-day cold plunge also was somebody broke my heart, or somebody's. There was a couple of them. You know, family and whatnot. Family, friends, loved ones. Instead of allowing that pain to overcome me, I alchemized my pain into magic and made it what it is. I channeled it into my cold dipping. I wasn't going to sit home and eat bonbons and cry for myself because somebody wanted to hurt my feelings and break my heart, you know? So I channeled all that pain and that hurt into cold dipping. I am a perfect example of if I can do it, you can do it, because I am stubborn. If you've watched my channel, you've countless videos of me doing the most of the time. Pretty stubborn. I didn't ask for it, believe me. It's one of my least favorite qualities about myself. I cannot stand that I'm a stubborn person. It's highly annoying. Yes, because why can't I be satisfied with the bare minimum? Why can't I just be a basic boo like everyone else? I just cannot be satisfied with the bare minimum. I cannot be satisfied with the basic. I'm an overachiever. Damn it. I remember the first time I got told I was an overachiever. Obviously, I took it as a compliment. They did not mean it as one, but I took it as one. I was like, thank you. Oh my gosh. You know, it's not fun for people to try to insult me, man. It's not. Look at the view behind us. Look how beautiful that looks. Oh man, it doesn't even look real. That's how cool that looked to me. It's like the things that people would never guess that piss me off that they might attempt to say to me. Like, I mean, you have to kind of know me, you know what I'm saying? But, like, even at that, it's like they try to insult me and say things, and it just goes right over my head. I'm like, thank you. Okay, and I'm not offended. Try again, you know? This activity really bumps it up for me a notch. try to insult me now, because I'm like, no, nice try. I don't know how we got on this subject. I'm just driving home. I'm shivering and shaking. My hands are frozen. I have no clothes on, barely, and I'm cold. and we're driving home. But I just feel winning right now. I just feel so winning right now. I literally feel so winning in my life. I have been consistent with my running. I've been consistent with my cold dipping. The hardest thing that I could ever imagine taking on is this cold dipping over 100 days. I cannot think of many things. I cannot give you another example of anything that I have ever done consistently to this degree, something of this level of hard. I cannot. I mean, I've done some boot camps before, don't get me wrong, I love doing boot camps. I do. Like, I did a Krav Maga boot camp, which was my favorite boot camp. It was like a 14-week boot camp that I've done, and I friggin' killed it, let me tell you. Yeah. For a long time, they sent me postcards asking me to come back because I would love to. Krav Maga Spokane, I loved you so much. Anywho, I don't know, that's just one of my favorite things. I feel like that's bragging rights to be able to say that I did that and that I killed it, you know what I'm saying? Like, because I started, I was a hot mess express, bro. It was embarrassing. I could not figure out I couldn't figure it out. It was just like right over my freaking head. And then one day when I freaking got it, man, I freaking got it. Oh man, I got it. And it was just like, it was just like cold dipping for me. It was just like running. As soon as I got it, I was in it. I don't know. Oh, there's two Rottweilers there. I've never seen those guys before. Those were some handsome dogs. They didn't have their tails though. My Rottweiler has his tail. Life is just winning today, man. I went from not having anything to what I have now, and that's kind of the long story short there, is I created what I have, and I am extremely grateful. I do not take it for granted. Like, all the love and support. I moved here not knowing a single person, and shit, man, you would have thought I lived here. I know more people than people who lived here, okay? I have friends who are locals that have grown up here, and I know more people than they do, and in fact, I know their people. I mean, it's not, we all breathe air. You know, I always circle my wagon back to that. We all breathe air, okay? And if also you need to spice it up a bit, we all take craps. You know, you're not that hot because, you know, I don't know. I had this guy tell me once, he's like, if I ever see a girl who thinks she's super hot as shit, I just always remind myself that she takes a shit. And I'm like, oh, okay. Well, I sort of thought that was hilarious. And then I just feel like, yeah, it goes back to we all breathe air. You know, we're all the same. We all have the same meat suits. We all breathe, you know. I don't know. I'm home. Today's been winning. Seeing Sarah was the cherry on my cake. Erica showing up made my day. Like, I just feel so grateful. I don't need tons and tons of people to show up to my cold dipping events that I create, my Sunday service, to still feel like I'm winning. Oh, my gas light just came on. I'm winning because I made it all the way to Boulder Beach on my tank of gas without realizing that I needed gas too, because I forgot to look. Oops. But I made it home, and I can still make it to the gas station because I have enough. I feel like, you know, in my own little way, I'm winning. So that's long story short. And just having you a part of this crazy train is winning for me. So long story short, we'll be at the gym tomorrow. Join me if you're available. All right. Thanks for driving home with me. I love you. I'll see you at the next adventure. Love you. Bye. Mwah.